In front of me, I have two of the most fantastic and historically important Sharps rifles we have ever had to offer at Rock Island Auction Company. These are going to be available in our August premiere sale. At the front of the table here, this is an original Sharps Model 1859 carbine with the brass band. The reason why I call this an original Model 1859 Sharps is because this is before they started marking the barrels new Model 1859. This is rarer than most people realize. We've only ever had less than a handful of these guns show up for sale anytime recently. And this example is just spectacular. The condition is next level. It's nicknamed a single rail variation. The breech block has one rail, unlike any typical later Sharps new model 1859 you'll see with the double rails on the breech block. This one has the saddle ring. It has all the bluing on the barrel. It still has plenty of case colors. Just a beautiful piece. Closest to me, this is a whole different end of the spectrum. And not many guns get my blood flowing like this. A Berdan sharpshooter rifle. This is a Sharps new model, 1859. This one's a little bit special though. It has double set triggers, a 30-inch barrel, and it was set up to take a socket bayonet. These were intended for Colonel Hiram Berdan's sharpshooters. There were only about 2,000 of these things believed to have been purchased by him, and a lot less surviving today. They show up occasionally on the market. They're kind of varying in condition. This one though, this is as fresh as it gets. I mean, I've seen a few of these come through here, but I haven't seen many as fresh as this one. And here's part of the reason why. It has all the right wear patterns, everything lines up, all the right patina on every little piece. It has 7 kill notches here. I mean, those are period, they're dead real. And on the other side of the stock, I'm gonna pick this up and show you. It has this carving that says, from what we can tell, it looks like it says, "I killed at Cock Robin." Now, when this came across our describer's desks, none of us could figure out the meaning of this phrase. And it took a while to finally kind of piece something together, and I may have found it. And it got me really excited, to say the least. There's an old nursery rhyme that's called "Who Killed Cock Robin?" And it's about a sparrow that killed Cock Robin, a bird. And after he killed him, all the birds cried. So this was basically one of Berdan's sharpshooters' way of kind of rubbing some salt in the wound. I mean, after he put these 7 kill notches, he probably had a few drinks and decided to write that inscription on there after the folklore. That poem had been around for, it was evidence over 100 years before the Civil War, so it would have been a common known folklore by that time. But it just really adds to this piece. I mean, this thing is perfect in my eyes. If I were to buy a Berdan sharpshooter, this thing just reeks with history. When you pick it up, it gives you the spooks. This is one that was there. It saw some stuff. At the very beginning of the Civil War, Colonel Hiram Berdan formed a regiment that we know of today as a modern day sniper rifle. These were early sharpshooters, and they used these rifles with the double set triggers. He specially ordered these from Sharps and specially requested the double set triggers. He didn't even ask the higher ups if he was allowed to order them this way, but they found out after the fact that these costed the same as the guns with the saber bayonet lugs. So they let it happen. But these were the most feared rifles of the war. The Confederates deeply loathed Berdan's sharpshooters. And how fitting that this rifle has "I killed at Cock Robin" right in the stock. But between the two of these, there's both ends of the spectrum. The rarest of the rare, an absolutely spectacular Sharps original model 1859, and a Berdan Sharpshooter new model 1859 with history that just speaks volumes.